beautiful people, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Evelyn Porta, and today I'm back with a new guidance, new information about the energies of January 2022. There is so much emphasis put on 2022 in general, the predictions, the forecast, but I feel like we need to talk about January as well and what is coming particularly in that month. So today the focus will be on that. In this video I want to talk about astrology a little bit. I want to pull a few cards, and then I brought a channel message from source as well. Short and sweet message, but I also received some information, some downloads about things that we will be focusing on in January and what will be the main theme. Today is the 31st of December 2021, the last day of the year. We made it. It wasn't an easy year, but it was a revolutionary year, and there was so much change in our belief system. So it was a complete transformation, and that will continue in 2022 as well. So exciting months are ahead. In my December energy update video, I said that in my dream I heard two dates. One of them was the 8th of December and the second one was the 6th of January. So I was talking about the 8th of December and things that happened throughout the history on that day. There was a lot of nuclear activity. And then today I want to talk about the 6th of January as well, because I looked it up, what things have happened on that particular day throughout the history. And let me just say that the 8th of December was a very significant day for me this year. So that was one of the reasons that I was dreaming about that. One of the things that happened, the main thing which I'm so grateful about, is that I paid off my debts to the bank, my credit card debts, on the 8th of December. So on that day, I became debt-free. So that's an important date. The second thing that happened was that I finished A Course in Miracles, which I have been doing for 1 year. So some of you might be familiar with A Course in Miracles. It's basically a lecture, a course that has 365 lessons, so one lesson for each day. So it's a 1-year course, and I managed to finish it exactly on the 8th of December. And then the third thing that happened, which wasn't on the 8th of December but was on the 7th of December, so more or less the same date, is that it was my first year anniversary, my YouTube anniversary. So I started my channel on the 7th of December 2020. So yeah, interesting. So these dates might not have a significance for you, but because I shared what happened throughout the history on the 8th of December, I will do the same about the 6th of January as well. And one of the things that was very significant for the collective, especially for the collective in the US, was what happened in 2021, the 6th of January. We all know what happened, that incident. And I'm sure that all these things that have happened in the past as well have an energetic significance. So there's no coincidence, and there's a reason why I was hearing about these two dates. Okay, so the 6th of January throughout the history was very significant in terms of coronations. So loads of coronations happened on that particular day, especially starting from the 1200s, 1400s. So many kings and queens, especially kings, were having their coronations on that particular day. And what is absolutely interesting about this, talking about coronation and corona, sometimes I am writing down my dreams, especially if they are very detailed and very vivid, and this was one of those dreams. And I do have a diary of dreams, so I am writing down those dreams in the diary, and I was dreaming about this on the 19th of November. That was the day of the lunar eclipse in November, and I didn't hear anything about the 8th of December. So I was writing down that I don't know what is the significance of the 8th of December because I didn't know in my dream. I don't remember. But I remember that I was saying to my brother about the 8th of January that so many things have happened on that day. And that was the first day when it was snowing with coronavirus. So this is what I was saying to my brother in my dream, and we were laughing. So we kind of looked back on that day and what happened, and when I was saying that it was the first day when it was snowing with coronavirus, and we started to laugh. So I was saying in my diary, I'm just reading it, that I looked at some pictures and it was snowing on them on the 6th of January. So I knew that it was 6th of January. It was almost like a video, actually, not even pictures, but like it was snowing. But it felt almost like that was the day when the virus appeared, and many things happened on that day. I also saw an image of someone approaching a lake that is very close to me, actually, close to where I live. And the image of the lake was nicely unfolding. It was beautiful. And there was another date in my mind. This is what I said in the diary, the 8th of December, but I don't remember why. So coronation and the first day of the appearance of the virus in my dream, I don't know. There is something about the 6th of January. It might mean something in 2022, or it might mean something in other years. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought it was very interesting. And then going back to what happened on that day throughout the history, in 1925, Mussolini is forming a cabinet composed entirely of fascists in Rome. And then on the same day, exactly on 1925 as well, Joseph Stalin and Leon Trotsky are battling for power after the death of Lenin, and Trotsky becomes the Minister of Defense. So it is interesting that this Capricorn energy, this energy around authorities, rigid rules, regulations, and everything that is being represented by Saturn and Capricorn, it was kind of like starting on the 6th of January. It was the appearance of fascism. I mean, it wasn't really the appearance of it, but it was more like the official appearance of fascism, and then communism as well. The rise of Joseph Stalin. So it is interesting that it all happened around this Capricorn energy. And then 1929, Mother Teresa begins her missionary work in Calcutta, India. So that was a beautiful thing. 1940, there's the mass execution of Poles by Germans in the city of Poznan, which was a horrible, horrible event on the January the 6th. And then a similar horrible event happened in 1951 on the same day, where hundreds of South Korean communist sympathizers are being slaughtered in Gangwon. So it's interesting, again, Saturnian energy. And then 1976, China performs nuclear test at Lop Nor. That was interesting as well, similar to the December 8th. 1980, the beginning of the first GPS epoch on the 6th of January. So the beginning of the first surveillance epoch, basically. That is also interesting. It's very Saturnian as well, you know, the authorities trying to monitor everything that is happening in the society. The beginning of humanity losing its privacy. And then 2000, the flu outbreak in Britain puts pressure on NHS. The flu, which we never hear about anymore, that has mysteriously disappeared in 2020. And then 2016, 6th of January, North Korea states that they have successfully conducted their fourth nuclear test, again, nuclear energy, which they said that it was a hydrogen bomb. So it is interesting, you know, coronation, mass execution, the rise of authorities, the surveillance, the loss of privacy. It all happened on the January the 6th. Yeah, that is very Saturnian energy. It's very Capricornian because the ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn. So let's talk about astrology a little bit and what planetary events will be significant. So right as we enter in the new year on the 2nd of January, we'll have a new moon in Capricorn. That will be about a clean state in the material world. So there might be a period when you're looking for external validation a lot and less for internal validation. However, make sure that you are putting on the first place the internal validation. So it's an opportunity to work on ourselves. And Capricorn is the ultimate go-getter. It is very, very grounded. It is very material world focused, but it's very ambitious as well. So make sure that you are resting and you are listening to your body. And if your body is asking you to rest and to sleep more, then sleep more and do not feel guilty about it. So for example, these days for me were I was very much in my cocoon, lacking motivation, just wanted to be with myself. And then I'm sleeping more as well. So keep in mind that this period of time is all about upgradation. It's all about new energies hitting the planet. And that is affecting our physical vessels, physical bodies as well. So if you feel like you need more nurturing, more nutrition as well when it comes to food, then provide with those things to yourself. And then January the 17th, there is a full moon in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional sign. It is very focused on safety, on family. It is also very, very sensitive. They say that it is the most abandoned sign of all 12 signs. But I would say that in this period, during the full moon, which maybe I will make another video about, there will be many old feelings that might rise up. Deep sadness, nostalgia, deep love as well. So all those very strong emotions might surface in this period. But it's very important to honor your emotions in that period. Don't try to change them. Just be with them, be present with them. And then remember that the best way to let go of an emotion, to surrender an emotion, a negative emotion, if it rises up, is to let it to run its natural course. Is not to try to change it, because we have this tendency that if we are feeling unpleasant, then we immediately want to escape that particular feeling. So don't escape it. Be with it. Be with it, because that is providing you with the opportunity to establish your emotional stability for the future. And that will be projected and reflected in the external world as well. So we need to feel. We have to stop to suppress our emotions and our feelings. And then another thing that is very important, and it's happening on the 18th of January, is that Uranus is stationing direct in Taurus. So Uranus is the planet of rebellion, of trailblazing, of surprises. So there might be upheavals, fast movements, of course, large-scale shifts in the society. But that was kind of present in 2021 as well. But I feel like Uranus will have more power when it goes direct. The retrograde was more about our internal world and the changes and the adjustments that we needed to do in our internal landscape. But when it goes direct, that change will be directed outwards. So into our environment, the economy, the ecosystem, and everything that is being ruled by Taurus. So this direct motion of Uranus is reminding us that the abuse and the misuse of the earth and the misuse of the industry and the workforce as well has to stop, because it is not sustainable. And if we are not changing our attitudes and our approach when it comes to the earth, when it comes to everything that the earth is offering us, then we will be facing more economical and ecological damage as well, and then industry upset. So it is time for a change, definitely. And there is a change of the lunar nodes as well in January, which will have a big significance in the next 18 months, because from Gemini and Sagittarius, we are changing over to Taurus and Scorpio. So I'm talking about the North Node and the South Node. So South Node is something that we have mastered already, we know about enough in order to move away from. It's something that we have learned in early childhood or in past incarnations. But the North Node is something that we still need to master. It's something that we are moving towards to and we are learning. So in the collective's case, it is Taurus that is representing the North Node and Scorpio representing the South Node. So in this case, as a collective, we are moving towards building a solid foundation and building a better relationship and strengthening that relationship with the environment, with nature, with our finances, with the idea of abundance and what is abundance for us, the financial sector as well, the economy. And then we are moving away from everything that is being represented by Scorpio. So in order to build a solid foundation that is being represented by Taurus, we need to accept the cycles of death and rebirth that is Scorpio. And funny enough, my North Node is in Taurus as well, and my South Node is in Scorpio as well. So this year will be very significant. So we have abused and misused our creative powers, or we were not even aware of those powers. We were misusing nature as well. Scorpio is also the sign of sexuality, of inheritances. So there was a lot of misuse by the government, a lot of corruption. So many things are coming to the surface right now about child trafficking, about the abuse of sexuality, the abusing of Mother Earth as well. So we are making adjustments and making corrections in the areas where those corrections need to be done. And we are focusing more on our financial independence, our connection with nature, and the whole idea around abundance. What is abundance for us? It is in the material possessions, or it's more than that, because we are giving a meaning to the idea of abundance. And it is very subjective for each and every individual. Okay, so let me share with you the message that I received from Source, and then I will share with you also the downloads and the information that I received about the main theme of January 2022 and the main focus as well. So this channel message is from Source from the 30th of December 2021. Dear children, as your hearts are opening, a wider perspective is being born on what you are capable of creating in the days of the new year of your existence. Acceleration will ensure your beingness and perception of the truth that now is waiting to be explored, and much more to be discovered as you move forward. The essence of the soul is requiring the heart to be open, and you are there, dear souls. You are on the road toward the new existence of the soul on your planet that is aligned with the mind of God, with the mind of creation, and with the total surrendering to this process. When you have me in your heart and you open the gateway to creation to show you the way, then your love that is everlasting will be manifested and anchored. And that is happening. That is already there, because I am there in your heart. Your mind cannot comprehend yet how much you are receiving from your galactic brothers and sisters, and how much assistance is being given to you by the beings of the universe. But you are being guided, and you are being loved, and your inbuilt guidance is helping you with the building of the new society that is anchored in love. Stay in the presence of love. So that was the January message from Source. And let me share with you now the downloads that I received also in regards to the main themes of 2022 January and what is the main focus. So I was asking about the chakra system of the body and which chakras are the main focus in January, which chakras are needing the most healing. So the answer was that it will be the base chakra and the sacral chakra. So the two lowest chakras will be the ones that will be healing in January, and the focus will be on balancing these two chakras. Also, there will be a lot of focus on trauma and inner child healing as well. So we need to focus on these things, and if there's anything that is coming up, any emotion, any negative feeling that is being surfaced at this time, it is showing that there is some work, some inner child healing that still needs to be done, and some trauma as well related to childhood. And that is also related to these two lowest chakras. So by healing these two chakras, we are healing also the trauma. Also, Mercury will be moving in Aquarius in January, which I didn't talk about because I didn't want to talk about all the aspects that are happening astrologically. But that will have an effect on communication with each other. So that is something that will be also highlighted in January, communication with each other and solving problems with each other. So make sure that you are communicating your needs very clearly and you're not censoring yourself. And then the other thing that came up was more emphasis put on authenticity. So it is very, very important to express your feelings. And even though Aquarius is a very intellectual sign, make sure that the communication comes from the heart. And the mind is only a conduit, but it's not the source of communication. It doesn't have to come from the ego, what you are communicating with other people, but it has to come from the heart, from the real essence of you, the real core of you. And that is something that I need to work on as well, especially not being worried about the feedback, not being worried about what some people might say, but to be 100% authentic. Even though your ideas are not being welcomed by many people, you are still staying in your truth, you are standing in your power, and you are embracing what you are on a core level. So make sure that you are speaking your truth. And then compassion, empathy, and giving. Those will be more present in January in the world. And we have to focus more on giving as well, knowing that it is not the survival of the fittest that is the law of this universe. It is sharing. And I was thinking about this idea put forward by the idea of the Great Reset, that you will own nothing and you will be happy. And many people that are in the spiritual communities might think that yes, owning something is really not good. It's not good to attach yourself to anything, to any idea, to material possessions, to other people. But I would correct that sentence saying that you will own nothing and you will be happy, because no one is owning nothing in the world and everyone is sharing everything. So that is something that would solve our problems. Indeed, the idea of ownership and attachment is not making you happy. But what is making a human being, a soul, happy is when it can share things. It's not about owning something, but it's about having access to things, but then sharing that access with others as well. So that wouldn't even be a problem in a highly evolved society. And I know that we can get there. I know that we can do much better. So the distorted version of owning nothing and being happy is that you will own nothing and you will be happy, but at the same time 1% of the population will own everything. So of course that will not make anyone happy, because there is an imbalance. We need to create balance in the society by sharing ideas without withholding information, without withholding our truth. And it starts with us on a small scale, because the more we start sharing, be it information or be it material stuff, the more others will start sharing as well, and it will create a ripple effect. And then the other download that I received about the main theme of January was fighting for justice, so we will see more of that. And then conscious creation as well of the future, conscious creation and inspired action. So humans will understand that it is not about hard work and it's not about taking action for the sake of taking action. It is about enjoying the whole process, and it's not about getting somewhere, because your reward will be a natural manifestation of enjoying the process, of having this inspired focus. So it's not about making yourself feeling miserable in the process because you have to achieve something. You don't have to do anything. No one has to do something just because society is telling them that they have to do something. This is about choice. You can either choose to do something or you can choose something else. So take action based on choice, not based on necessity. And that's how you can enjoy the process. So use the best abilities and the best qualities of Capricorn, not the working hard part and not being able to stop yourself part, as I'm doing sometimes as well. So we all have these qualities of each and every sign in us. So take that creative part of Capricorn, the willpower of Capricorn, but then use your creativity and feminine energies when creating something, and combine that with that rooted in the reality energy, with that grounded energy of Capricorn as well. Okay, so let's pull a few cards, a few tarot cards about the energies of January. Just before I started to record this video, I received a new deck, this Universal Celtic Tarot. So I'm curious about this. It was meant to be like that. I was meant to use this deck for the energies of January. So I'm not familiar with it. I already shuffled the cards. Let's see what we can get out of this reading. So Spirit, tell us about the energy. I already have the Nine of Pentacles just popped out. We have the Emperor upright. We have the Devil upright as well. And we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Let's get another one. King of Pentacles reversed. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups that is upright. Interesting. So we have some masculine energy here, some Saturnian energy, because we have the Devil and we have the Emperor. Both are upright. So the Emperor is about strategic planning, is about leadership, someone who knows what they are doing and they have been planning it for a long time. There is this systematic, change, systematic planning. But then the Devil that came out also is a very manipulative energy. It's about addiction. So I wouldn't be surprised if something related to authorities, again, manipulation, maybe when it comes to the injection as well, or lockdowns would start appearing again in January. And then we also have the King of Pentacles, which came out in reverse. And the King of Pentacles is about, again, like a manipulative person in this position. The King of Pentacles is a very wise investor. So this is something that we need to watch out for when it comes to investing our money, when it comes to investing our time, our emotions in someone, but in particular when it comes to material stuff. So if there's an opportunity that is coming up in January, think about it twice. Be grounded in reality, but then always listen to your intuition. And what is a little bit concerning for me is that the Ace of Wands came out in reverse, and that can indicate a false start, rejection, delays as well. But then January might not be the best start of the year, so there might be some events that we're not gonna like because it is about false start. So there might be this deception in the air, because aces are always opportunities, and there's this urge of creation when we are talking about the Ace of Wands, pride. This, I really want to go out and do it. Like there's a new project, there's this enthusiasm, because it is a fire, energy. But then it's reversed, so there might be some delays in regards to that. So as I said, if there's an investment that you need to consider, always listen to your intuition, but do not rush into anything. But then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and that came out upright. And this is about luxury, and it is about financial gain, obtaining something and accomplishing something, but doing it by yourself. And that for me talks about being self-sufficient in terms of not relying on the system. So many people might be working on that already in January. So there's a possibility to free ourselves from things that didn't work, that were tying us up and holding us back. There's this energy of expansion when it comes to abundance. And I'm saying that because we have the Nine of Cups as well. That was at the bottom of the deck. So that is the underlying energy of the reading. And that woman, she's pregnant there. So the Nine of Cups is also about accomplishment, but more emotional accomplishment, is abundance, is good health as well. So there is this healing energy. There's this feminine, accomplishment energy, like creativity, and this possibility, as I said, of re-evaluating what is abundance for us. Because for some people, abundance is in the material gains, it's in money. The first thing that we think about when we hear about abundance is money. But then abundance can be other things as well, like the birth of a new baby. So that might be something that will be a wish come true in January 2022, not for me. But some of you might, receive like some really good news in terms of that. And as long as we are using our creativity and our inspiration and intuition, then really we can accomplish everything. But then we also have this holding us back energy, this devil energy, and this strategic energy that is trying to prevent us from really thriving. But humanity is thriving anyway. So the more we are freeing ourselves from this obsessive, materialistic energy, the energy of the devil, the more we will thrive. And that will happen not only personally, but then as a collective as well. And the more we can free ourselves also as a collective from these counterforce energies that is initiating a not very favorable start of the year, because that is the Ace of Wands. I want to clarify this card actually. What is this false start about? And what is this devil energy about? So I will get two cards as a clarifier. So we have the Six of Cups upright, and we have the Six of Swords as well. So the energy of six again, and the 6th of January. And then the energy of 2022 is 6 as well. Okay, so the Six of Cups is about nostalgia, is about living in the past a little bit, is about innocence, reunions as well. So that could be that full moon in Cancer that will bring up some emotions from the past, from very, very strong emotions. So whatever it is, this is a sweet card, and it's about a gentle touch of the past. It can mean that in the midst of chaos, there's like a little gesture that can help us to move forward, like a little gesture that can mean a lot of support for us. And then the Six of Swords is about relocating. It's about knowing when you have to leave a situation, but you will be supported on your journey. So even though you might have to do things by yourself, you do have the support of others. So that is what the counterforce is about, like trying to prevent humanity from moving forward. So there's this devil energy and there's this strategic emperor energy that is trying to keep us stuck in one place. But we are ready to move forward, and we are courageous as well. We are brave as well. So it's about like having that extra push, you know. We are leaving the past, and we are only keeping the very good memories, and the beautiful things that can help us in the journey. So I feel like that is the counterforce about, and that might be present in January. You know, the authorities trying to prevent us from thriving, you know, from moving forward. But it will eventually happen. And this reading is not only about what is happening in the collective, but what is happening internally as well. One part of you wanting to move forward, wanting to move away maybe from a relationship, from the old, you know, ways of doing things from the past. But then the other part of you is trying to keep you in the same position, that energy of obsession, that energy of addiction to the past, that energy of, even though I know it's toxic, but at least it's familiar. So, you know, that internal conflict as well. So it's happening both internally and externally, and the external world is just the mirror of the internal one. And honestly, seeing that so many of us are seeing through these lies and deception, and so many people now are really waking up to what is happening. I would say that I arrived to the conclusion that there is no way that this will continue like this. There is no way that they will get what they are planning. So their plans are not going the way they have planned them, the way they anticipated them. There's definitely this glitch in their plan, which I was talking about. And even when we are looking at the figures, like how many people will not make it due to this, the figures are not as bad as we thought that they were. So their plan is not working. So planning something and orchestrating something is one thing, but then achieving that particular goal is something else. So I don't think their plan is going to work out. They are losing big time, and they know that. And 2022 will be about spiritual awakening, huge spiritual revelations, truth coming out. There's no way that things are going to go their way. So we are getting there, guys. We are getting to the right timeline. So this is what I'm seeing for January. I really hope that it resonated. If it did, you can feel free to share this with others. You can also subscribe to my channel. And of course, I'm coming back with new videos in January. But for now, I want to wish you a very, very happy new year, wherever you are. Even if you are by yourself or you are with a huge group of people, it doesn't matter. Be excited about what's coming, because it will be a beautiful year. It will be a year of big breakthroughs, I would say. And it will have challenges, but they will be worth it. Our work, our hard work will be manifested in the most beautiful ways. I believe that. So take care, guys. I wish you a very nice evening. New Year's Eve, and I cannot wait to see you in 2022.